to tell you just a couple of things that I really am going to do. Now, while the election is on November 2nd, on November 3rd, I'm not sworn in yet, but on November 3rd, I'm going to write legislation. One of the things that you might be aware, I am not sure how many of you know this, but the state of California has a real problem passing a budget. And you've heard that little jewel. Well, when it comes to passing a budget, I have a solution. I have the simplest solution. I mean, third grade math solution. At midnight on June 30th, if you don't have a budget, bam, we revert back to last year's budget. End of story. Tomorrow, we go to work and do the important business of the assembly and name roads and pick holidays and things like that. Because the budget, if the budget's not decided by June 30th at midnight, we revert back to the last year's budget. Do you know that 13 other states already do that? It's not new. I mean, you want to go out there in the world and listen to the best practices that other states are doing, bring those home, and do them here. I can tell you another thing that I will do. Another thing is, why do we do a budget every year? I mean, you just can't live that way. Cities do a budget every 5 years. Some cities do a budget every 10 years. Why do we do, for the whole state of California, why do we do a budget every year? That's ridiculous. So let's go to a 2-year budget, and we'll do our budget in the off-year election. So if people are not running for office, and not trying to bring pork back to their district, and not trying to be a hero at home in the off-election year, so every odd year, we'll do an election for a budget. And then if we don't have that budget in place by June 30th at midnight, we'll revert back to the previous 2-year budget. It's a really simple process. You know, 20 other states do that. It's not, you know, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to sit down on Google for about an hour and take a look at what everybody else does, and you go, oh, okay, I can do that. And then you try something new. Let's change hats really quick, and let me just touch base for a second about schools. You know, our education system, at one time our education system was the envy of the world. California, oh my gosh, we invented computers, we're everything. California was cutting edge. We had computers in schools before anybody in America had computers in schools. We were the cat's meow for education. And now, we're 49. We're dang near the bottom. How'd that happen? How'd that happen? Who cares how it happened? Let's fix it. I say let's fix it. One of the things we can do is grade schools. We'll give a school a grade, A through F, and let the parents know. We grade these schools already. Schools are already ranked. We just don't tell the parents. So I say, reveal that information to the parents, grade the schools. Mediocre schools will lose students because parents, I'm not going to want my children to go to an F-graded school. So I'd pull my kids out. I'd put them in an A school across town. The F schools would lose all their attendance, and by attrition, they would close. Well, so then, what if we streamline the process to create charter schools? Then we get local parents passionate about education, form a charter school, go into that bricks and mortar building, take it over, and put a school in there that's viable, functioning, and works. Bing, bing. Win-win. That is a win-win. That is a no-brainer back to third grade math. There are so many things that we can do in the state of California that we're not doing. There are so many ways we can fix this state. We just have to want to.